Chaldees heard the voice of Yahweh, the living God, that said, "Get up, Abram, from your home ground, from your family, and I'm going to take you to a land that you're going to inherit forever." Abram got up and began the journey toward a city that have foundations, whose builder and maker is God. Habakkuk, the second chapter, the first 4 verses. "I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved." Now, Habakkuk is asking God to reprove him. He is asking for God to make sure I am in the right way. Rebuke, reprove with all long suffering and doctrine. And the Lord answered me and said, "Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall tarry and not be. At the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry." Let me read that again. I found it up. "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith." The just shall live by his faith. Now, I wanted to share with you this morning, there are 3 letters in the Bakersfield, California opinion page, Thursday, April the 7th, 2011. This in response to one of the professors at Cal State. Had quite a bit of responses on it. Now, I want you to listen to what 3 letter writers interpreted. "Ben Christian is not for wimps. I do not, as a rule, respond to the letters written by other readers, but the March 30 letter, Religion and Reason, struck me in a way that few have over the years. I certainly understand the writer's confusion of his own salvation and his desire for truth. I thought it was also interesting that he tried to refute an earlier letter writer who stated that young Christians are going away to colleges where professors ridicule the religion of their parents. Then he said he remembers his first day in Philosophy 100, which appeared to be the first time he decided to engage in critical thinking. It appears to me that the earlier writer hit the nail on the head. The March 30th writer, however, was correct in stating that faith is a choice made without concern for truth. Made without concern for truth. That is exactly what living the Christian life is about. Living for Christ and serving him daily is not for wimps. The majority of Christians who are truly serving their master would have it no other way. Serving by faith separate true Christians from those who call themselves Christians, but their lives show the opposite. I would encourage the writer to make an attempt to revisit his faith. One thing he will discover is that although abandoning Jesus Christ, Jesus will never abandon him. Now the problem is that you have some truth and error mixed up. This writer is extremely confused because they're implying that their good works and their goodness is interpreted as righteousness in the sight of God. And their great error is that faith is based on ignorance. Listen to the second letter. Logic and reason require God. Now the reason this is important and we dismiss it is because we are losing our children and our young people to that which is not correct. Cannot be sustained because what they're teaching is that is built on the sand. Now listen to this. Logic and reason require God. The writer of the letter, Religion and Reason, asserted that faith is a choice made without concern for truth. This assertion is insulting and false. Now, both of these people are declaring that they are Christians and that they believe the Bible. Ryan said 50% of the world is going to be destroyed because of the 50% of people that don't believe in God. Amen? Now listen to what it says here. The writer of the letter Religion and Reason asserts that faith is a choice made without concern for truth. This assertion is insulting and false. There is much evidence for faith if one cares to look. The book Evidence That Demands a Verdict by Josh McDowell is one source that simply outlines much of the evidence for faith. There is also evidence in the universe around us which, from a statistical point of view, could never have come into being through random process. The odds against it are staggering. Simply calculating the probability of one small protein, such as Rhabdonosus, I know I'm not saying that correctly, containing 124 amino acids being produced at random is statistically impossible. In addition, the writer's letter continues a logical fallacy. As an atheist, he must subscribe to the hypothesis that he was created by random physical and chemical processes. Thus, his brain, being the result of such random processes, cannot be relied upon to produce reason and logic. Randomness is randomness out and randomness in. Only that was created by a logical, reasoning intelligence can produce logic and reason. Thus, logic and reason are the sole province of theists, of people that believe in God. The third letter, faith is backed by evidence. The writer of the letter, Religion and Reason, is heartbreaking and sad. I agree that many youth leave their faith upon entering college, but not because of agnostics or atheist teachers. They leave because they have never tested their belief systems and chose to follow the doubters of our day. I doubt that the writer of any other who is so quick to abandon God has ever truly studied the proof